Hey everyone, let's talk about judgment. And we're going to start with Psalm 147:3. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. This one really hits home to me because we do need a level of openness to be able to receive, the healing and empowerment that God has for us. And just to share openly, I was really struggling with judgment. I, in the past, have had some experiences where I've seen child abuse happen due to alcoholism. And, in those instances, it's so easy. It's almost like the natural thing to do is to move to judgment. And God put it on my heart that judgment is actually a form of arrogance. It's saying, I know better, I would do better. And yet that is not what God is calling us to do. One amazing thing about God is that God provides a better way. Again, Jesus leads us on the way by providing truth, which leads to life. So God put it on my heart that basically saying, I asked you not to judge, and here's why. Because when you judge, that pushes the other person away. That basically pushes them into shame and guilt. They shut down, they become defensive, and how can I access them when they are shut down and defensive? And God said to me, I cry when I talk about this because it's so powerful. God said to me in that moment, you apply my virtues so I can apply the healing. And God's virtues are compassion, are grace, love, empathy, all of those beautiful things. And yet sometimes our ego thinks, well, if we don't stand up and do the judgment, that person's just going to get away with it. That is not true because that's in God's hands. That's in God's hands. Everything that someone's going through where they're causing harm or hurt to another human being, they are hurting themselves. Hurting people, we've all heard it. Hurting people hurt people. So if we can apply God's virtue as He's asked us to do, He can apply the healing. So next time you are struggling with a friend that's going through something hard, or somebody that you're like, oh my gosh, they're just making the wrong decision. You might be right, technically, but I invite you to consider what is the virtue that's missing here, that is needed, and allow that person to have their own relationship with God. That's between them and God. I'm not here for that. Judgment is not mine. I can get stuck in it, or I can hand it over and apply the virtue so that God can apply the healing.